The beautiful weather is finally here, and you may have a craving to indulge in some locally crafted beer and get out in this beautiful weather. Raved about in our community is obviously beer from McKinnon Brothers. This is Dan McKinnon. Thanks for meeting with me today.
Thank you.
Now I'm out at the farm here in beautiful Bath, and we got gorgeous weather, of course. But tell me, you guys have a couple of beers that you're kind of pushing for the spring and summer seasons. What are those?
Yeah, so we've got two beers. Our summer seasonal is Origin Hefeweizen. Okay. So we named it Origin because that was the first grain that was ever grown on our family's farm back in 1784.
Cool.
And the farm we still farm today, and we still use some wheat from our farm in that beer. It's kind of banana estery flavors that you get from a traditional wheat beer yeast. Really refreshing, great for a patio. The other beer is Red Fox, which we brewed for our festival last summer. But it was so popular that we've kept it on all year, but it really shines in the summer. It's our take on a Belgian red, 4.2%, and it's a blend of Cara red malts and actually an infusion of 1% beet juice from a local farm around here. We get the beets and juice them up, and it gives it a really vibrant red color, nice earthy tones, and that's blended really well with Citra hops, which are really refreshing and kind of got citrus pineapple notes to them.
What's unique about McKinnon Brothers?
I think the most unique thing is that we're a farm-based brewery, and we're trying to incorporate ingredients from our farm or other local farms into all of our beers. I don't think there's anybody else, not in the Kingston area definitely, that's doing that right now. This is where we grow our hops. These are our hop trellises. So the hops grow up from the root every year, and we hang coconut wire, or string rather, from these wires, and we pin it down to the ground, and the hops actually curl up. The hop bines curl up and go to the top of the wire.
And now to check out the cellar. So people want to get geared up for summer. Where can they buy McKinnon Brothers beer?
They can get it at the Crosscut, our Crosscut Canadian Ale, our English Pale Ale at the LCBOs in Kingston, at a lot of bars and restaurants in Kingston, and out here at the farm at 1915 County Road 22 in Bath.
Awesome. Come out and check them out.
Cheers.
If you live in Kingston, you have definitely heard about Stone City Ales, and if you haven't come in and checked them out, you got to do so, and might as well do it while the weather's nice, right?
Absolutely.
So, I'm joined by Ron, and you have some very exciting beers coming out this summer, spring and summer, really.
We do.
Tell me about a couple of big ones on the way.
Sure, absolutely. Well, our kind of philosophy as a brewery is to be fairly creative. So we have four mainstays that we always have in production, but we have special releases that we release at least a couple times a month. So we've got a whole number set for the summer. We got some saisons, which are super popular in the warmer weather. It's a nice, crisp, refreshing beer, traditional farmhouse kind of drink that you'd have in the fields working. We are going to do more of our single-handed series, where we take a pale ale and just feature a single hop, and we just had one called Single-Handed Simcoe that did really, really well. But I guess the two that I'd be most excited about now would be the one coming out next week, which is called Tijuana Sunrise, and that's a Mexican IPA. And then later in June, we have Skeleton Park Session Ale, which is timed to coincide with the Skeleton Park Music and Arts Festival.
So Stone City Ales turns 2 this July. That's awesome.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the community's been awesome, I imagine.
Yeah, we've been really well supported. We're enjoying it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I know there's some very exciting new beers that are on the way for the spring and summer months, but what are some current beers that Stone City Ales offers that people like in the warmer months?
Sure. For me, and I think our approach to beer is people can drink whatever they want, whenever they want it.
Yeah.
There's no hard and fast rules. There's history, there's tradition, and it's just preference. But beer is comfort, and it's meant to be sociable. So in the summer, what we find is people like a lower alcohol beer, what we call a session ale, something a little more sessionable, so you can have a couple without feeling the effects as much.
Right,
and people want something that's a little more refreshing in case they're hot. So the two of our beers that do really well in that weather, that are part of our mainstays, meaning it's a core brand, it's always in production, are Windward, our Belgian wheat, which is overall probably our best-selling beer, and then 12 Star, which is our session ale. It's a pale ale, session ale, and that really is a brewer and a staff favorite here. So do you want to try those two?
Absolutely, yeah, I'll try them for sure.
Okay, so the first I'll give you is our Belgian wheat. So this is called Windward, and this sells well all through the year, but sells particularly well in warmer months. And what it is, and you can see it's served in a goblet, like most Belgian-style beer. It's pretty clear, it's an accessible beer, it's not overly bitter, it's meant to be quite crisp and refreshing, and you get some fruitiness and some spiciness on the finish.
Yeah, that's the perfect word for it. I feel like it's light, it's crisp. I myself do like lighter beers, and this
Yeah.
is perfect, right up my alley.
Yeah, and because it's lower alcohol than some of our beers, like an IPA, you can have a couple without the same effect. So yeah, I'm gonna finish it.
You can walk out of here steady.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah. So the second beer is 12 Star, and this is our session ale, and we serve it in a Pilsner glass because it's a super pretty beer. It's very clear. And what it is, it's a beer with a lot of late addition hops. So instead of hops used for bittering, what it does is we add a lot of hops late in the boil, and you get a lot of aromas. If you smell it, you'll get a lot of that tropical kind of citrusy, juicy hops.
Yes,
and then when you
yeah.
drink it, it's super refreshing. So I have a friend who's a farmer working in the field. He loves to pop one of these on his break. Cheers. It's
Very
12
good.
Star. This is, again, a staff and brewer's favorite. End of a hot day working, it's usually the first beer we have.
Stone City Ales is located at 275 Princess Street. And to explore other nearby craft beers, check out the Gananoque Brewing Company on King Street East in Gan, or the Kingston Brewing Company on Clarence Street right here in Kingston. Cheers.